welcome back to Eat Juice's channel.
So we're going to show how to make mush today. Mush. I'm going to zoom in right here, and we will proceed with showing you what this stuff is. Okay, so one of the main components of mush as we make it here is something called steel cut oats. So generally speaking, I'll start out with a cup. Starting out with a little more than a cup today. There's a cup, and in it goes. Normally I don't use the plastic sheet, but today we want to show you some of these ingredients because they're quite interesting. I'll throw a little less than a quarter cup of rye in there. Not the stuff you drink. This is called cracked freekeh. Cracked freekeh. Cracked. Whatever. It's called Freekeh, I think. This stuff's alright. It's a little bit different looking. Half of a quarter cup, so 1/8 of a cup of this. There. Now zoom out a little. There you go. So we've got the rye here. We've got the cracked freekeh or whatever it's called. I'm not too sure. Farro is a bit more coarse. And when I started putting farro in and other kinds of ingredients that are shaped as whole seeds of some sort, then I started to say to myself, boy, I had better get this soaked overnight. So hard wheat kernels, berries, contains wheat kernels. It looks a little like that other stuff. Soft wheat white bran. I'm going to put that right there, in between those two, so you can see the difference. It's much more flaky, eh? These are kernel, and that's flaky. Soft wheat white bran. Maybe it's soft white wheat bran. I'm not too sure. Okay, ground flax seeds going on top of the rye. I'll put about a good tablespoon, maybe an 1/8 of a cup in. Look at that. That's really fine, eh? Sprouted spelt kernels. But you know what it looks like? It looks like these other hard ones here. Look. Sprouted spelt kernels.
Can't even tell the difference.
Millet is considered to be one of the least allergenic and most easily digested. Who cares? Looks great. It's going into the mush. I'm putting the millet right here. Over here. We're almost totally covered up. I'm going to put a little over here too.
Which one is it?
It's that yellow stuff that looks like little teeny
Yep, I see it.
billiard balls.
Yeah, perfectly.
Right on.
Should I zoom out a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Zoom out a little bit. There's some buckwheat groats right there. How's that? Buckwheat groats? You see them?
Is that? Yep, I see it.
Okay, right on. Nice and clear. Zoom right in on those buckwheat groats. There you go.
There you go.
Is that as far as it goes?
Yep.
Okay, good. Buckwheat groats. Super, right? Whole toasted buckwheat kasha. Now, I bet you they're the same thing. These are just toasted. Anyway, they look different. I grab them and I stick them in. I'm doing about a tablespoon of these. I'll put these over here. We're almost covering up completely the rye. That's okay. We've had a good look at the rye. Don't need much more on the rye. I'm going to throw, a full quarter cup of barley flakes in there. Barley flakes. Okay. All right, did I put these in already? Medium Bulgur wheat? No, I didn't.
No.
Okay, medium Bulgur wheat. I'm going to put about 1/8 of a cup in, a couple of tablespoons. I'll put it back here. Medium Bulgur wheat. And show people right up close what medium Bulgur wheat looks like. Now, what's this?
Is it that brown stuff?
Yeah, it's this stuff back here.
Oh yeah, I'll zoom right in.
Okay, what's this here?
Dear.
Wheat germ, dark toasted. I don't put a lot of this in because I think there's a lot of wheat in this. So I'm going to put the wheat germ right at the base of the bran. Hey, zoom in on that.
Delicious.
Yeah, delish. So cornmeal is this yellow stuff right here. I'm going to put the yellow stuff right in. What the heck, guys? Let's do 2 piles of yellow stuff. Okay? I like spelt. Spelt looks just like Well, a little like oats, which are a little bit bigger. Flattened out oats. So let's put some spelt back here. See that? See the barley flakes over? See the barley flakes over here?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we got here is a big pile of dry ingredients. We've got about a cup of dry steel cut oats in here. I said it was the main part, but in actual fact, there's a great number of different things going into this. And we'll pour all the rest of this stuff in. There you go, all the stuff. We getting this?
Oh, yeah.
All of it going in.
And it actually makes more than you would think it does.
Oh yeah, it sure does, doesn't it? Right on 3 cups, okay? Actually, you know what? We're slightly short of the 3 cups. You can't tell from that angle. So what I like to do is, I like to top it up a little bit with the quick oats that you can get. Can you see that on there? Take our ingredients, the dry ingredients, and I'll just toss them right in the pot, the entire thing. See my salt? Pour a little bit of salt in the palm of my hand. Can you get, is this on there, Tom?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, a little bit of salt in the palm of my hand. You don't have to be all frou-free and get yourself coarse sea salt. You can do any kind of salt, I'm sure. I like to toss about that much in. I'm sure that's a teaspoon. The last dry ingredient I like to put in is a little bit of cinnamon. Are you getting this, Tom?
Oh, yeah, I am.
Okay, cinnamon is powerful stuff. It's often far more powerful than you really think. Okay, now I put about that much in. Okay, if that's 1/8 of a teaspoon, well, I think it's less than 1/8. Some might call it a pinch. Anyway, just a sprinkle like that. Ever such a slight sprinkle of the old cinnamon. At this point, we work on our wet ingredients. All right, it's going again.
On C2.
So, what I like to do is for 3 cups of dry, I like to have 4 cups of milk. So let's fill this milk up to 4 cups. All right, 4 cups of milk. Oh, I got it on the metric side. Even up here in Canada, we work on cups while we're cooking, usually.
4 cups?
4 full cups of milk. There you go, big fat. Doesn't matter what kind of milk. I use 1% here, but sometimes when I've got the Homo, 3 1/4%. Okay.
4 cups right there, guys. Maybe
4 cups going in. You got this?
Yep.
Good stuff. Because these measuring cups often don't pour well if you pour fast, I like to put the whole thing in.
4
cups going in.
Or 1 liter, as some people know.
See? Nothing to it. Yeah. Shaky shake, and you get a whole bunch of mush.
Yeah.
Let's call it sludge.
Got your whole face in the camera.
Sludge. So we're inventing a new term today. We invent terms around here. We're inventing a new term. What you see here, we are calling sludge.
Sludge.
At this point, okay, I put it on the stove, and then I send everybody to bed, and they sleep all night, and in the morning, I get up slightly before them, and I cook the mush. Okay, we'll get back to that tomorrow morning. All right. All right, good morning, and welcome back to the mush making video. The Murphys have let the pot full of mush stew all night, sit all night at room temperature. It is now about 9 in the morning the next day, and all the thicker, hardier bits and pieces of mush in there have been given the night to soak. What we do now is we get it on the boil. So, fire up the burner. Our burners aren't that great. You don't have to really nuke it. I like to make sure that it gets a long, slow cook, doesn't boil over and everything. But before we actually get started, I like to give it a good stir up so that everything's all soaked and mixed in well. So we'll stir the mush up before we really get it going and heat it up. Tom here's got the spatula. I like to use a spatula because the bottom of the...
And it's solid.
What's that?
And it's solid.
Yeah, the bottom of the pot is flat, and if you use a round
Let's see the
spoon...
mush making right now.
He's looking at the mush. See, it's all in the bottom, the milk mixture, just like it was left last night.
And remember, this is all healthy stuff.
It is healthy stuff. So I use a spatula because the spatula is good. You can scrape. Hang on for a second.
The edges down.
You stick it down that flat portion right there. You can really scrape the edges up, especially during the cooking cycle. Every once in a while, I'll come in, I'll scrape the bottom because the mush tends to want to get onto the bottom and glue itself to the bottom. So you need to scrape it up, make sure it's all mixed up and everything like that. Also, you don't want to have the mush insulating the heat from the rest of the mixture too often. If you develop a thick, what are you doing kicking around that camera around? Give it a stir up. Good. If your kids are making this, make sure they don't slop it over the edge. And don't give us an example of that. All right. Adam, gonna need you need to pause. Yeah. One thing I forgot to mention is that while it's cooking, cook it gently and stick the lid on. 10 minutes, 10.5 minutes. Oh, it's starting to boil. Pull it off. Stick that right on the bowl. And then grab your spatula. There you go. Give it a nice gentle scrape. Don't move the pot around. Give it a good scrape.
Oh, that's really sticking.
See, it sticks up a little. You gotta get if you use too much heat, you end up really burning the bottom, especially if you don't watch it really carefully. So you have to watch out. I like to be gentle with the heat. Gentle, slow, and long. As long as it gets up to a good, solid boiling point. And I think it benefits from a long, slow cook. Now, I have not tried our slow cooker. The crock pot probably would be a good cooking vessel for this. Maybe an overnight 12-hour session. But, you know, we're okay right now with the pot, as it were. My turn to do this. Ready?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not that great. Okay, so
sounds good for pots.
quick check. Oh, look at that! It's really bubbling up, eh?
Yep.
Wow.
You
You want to get me that oven mitt up there? Okay, so I'm going to turn the heat down. It's really bubbling up nicely. Just one. Thank you. And I'm going to scrape the bottom because this is really where you got to start making sure you get the scraping going on. You want a whole bunch of burnt mush at the bottom of your pot at the end of the day. No, at the end of the cooking session. Look at that. Yeah. Scrape it right up till you got bare metal. Yeah. Give it a good stir. Get all those bits from the bottom stirred back into everything. It's fun. It's like at a witch's cauldron, eh? Except there's no frogs and stuff in here. Toads and what else do witches put in their mush?
Spiders.
Oh yeah, they put spiders in their mush for sure. Oh yeah, what pot of mush wouldn't be complete without spiders if you were a witch?
Who knows?
I mean,
So, there's different potion.
hey, use that zoom button. Where's that button thing? See if we can't zoom in on the bubbly bubble. I like the bubbly bubble. You zooming in on the bubbles?
Yep.
Pretty cool, eh? Bubble, bubble.
Hey, can we gurgle? Slow motion.
Trouble. What?
Can we put that in slow motion?
Slow-mo? What for?
To make it look cool like this.
Oh, like do slow-mo bubbles?
Yeah.
I suppose we could. Okay, zoom back out. Right on. So I'll put the lid back on. I'm going to turn the heat right down. Right down to as little heat as we can get. All we want to do is sustain the boil. And simmer this until it's really nice mush. Okay, we've got it 40 minutes in. The mush is ready to go. And, oh yeah, still bubbling away. You can turn the heat off and leave the lid on almost indefinitely. But at this point, the mush starts to thicken up once it starts cooling down. So as it cools, it's going to get thick. So we need to serve it once I've just turned the heat off, giving it its final scrape. I get kids bugging me to eat. So there you go, stack of plates, some nice brown sugar. This is called golden yellow sugar. It's brown sugar. Let's see.
Dad,
What?
those are bowls, not plates.
Did I say plates?
You said plates.
So I'm losing my mind. Bowls, and here we go. I use the same spatula to dole up. Who's first? All right, Adam, you want milk on yours?
Yep.
Say when. Whoa, that was fast. Say when. Don't look at the camera.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, good. Take your spoon. Don't look in the camera. Take your spoon. Take your mush. Get out of here and eat.
Okay,
Who's
bye.
this? Bye.